Today's outdoor adventure brings us to Moundwood State Park on beautiful Indian Lake, Ohio. With a special guest back here, Steve Briley. Steve's a local native. He's no stranger to the lake when it comes to saugeye fishing, so stick around.
So I don't snap. Put him up there. Go ahead, get a picture. Oh, nice catch there, Mike. Let's check this out. Yeah. Nice saugeye.
Guys, welcome back. I'm glad you joined us in watching our action-packed video. There is no doubt that it is saugeye season. The saugeye bite is really starting to heat up. And what's really weird about fall time is that saugeye bite usually starts off with blade baits. So we thought we would educate you just a little bit on what we know about blade baits and how to use them. Let's take a look at some different blade baits. You got a Vibey right here, big name brand. That usually comes with one hole. This particular one has one hole in it, one position setting. Let's take a look at another one. Here's another brand of a blade bait. This one comes with three positions in the top, if you can see them. You have a front position, middle position, and your back position. And if they come with your ring, your split ring or your locking ring for your line, it's usually factory set right to the middle hole. So let's go over what these three position holes will do for you. Being in that middle position, that's a moderate vibration. The pattern's going to be fairly like right in the middle. It's going to wobble like that. Get good vibration out of it. It's all around great setting. If you put it in the front, that's going to be a really tight pattern. A real tight wobble, not real wide. Great for retrieving. I would probably use that front setting for clearer water where you don't need as much sound vibration. The middle one, like I said, is just a great all-around setting. If you move your ring to the very back, it's going to tip this bait just like that, and it'll be vibrating. It'll have a real wide wobble, vibration pattern to it. Great for muddy, stained water, just like Indian Lake. That's a real great setting. And with that nose being tipped up like that, going through the water, your hooks are going to be backwards like that, almost making it weedless. Not 100%, but this will stop you from getting some snags and losing your bait. Now there's many different ways that you can utilize these baits. These blade baits are great for all kinds of fish, not just exclusive to walleye or saugeye. You can cast and retrieve these baits. There's more than one way to skin the cat, and we'll get into that in just a second with Steve. You can also vertical jig them, slow troll them behind your boat. I sat one day and watched guys, the ones that had the very most luck in the beginning of this saugeye bite at Indian Lake were the ones in a boat. They were setting under the bridges, vertical jigging. Nice and slow vertical jigs. They were the ones that were getting that constant bite. So let's take a look at how Steve caught his fish Ohio fish.
Mike, you're right. There is more than one way to skin a cat. So I just want to talk a little bit about how I fish the blade bait, and I like to use the middle hole. A lot of times when I'm in the channels and there's a lot of leaves in the bottom, there's a lot of snags. So what I do, I cast out, I give just a medium pull back, and then I do a slow retrieve. And that will keep your blade bait a foot and a half off the water, or maybe halfway down on the water table, and those fish will bite. I mean, I've caught 9 of them, nice keepers, just in the last couple days, and proud to say I did get a fish Ohio. So everybody loves those 21 or larger fish, and hey, I appreciate you, Mike, the information you're giving and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, this is the time of the year to go out with your blade baits. I've been using like a silver, gold, something nice and shiny. I like to use the metal hole because you get just like a steady, medium vibration, and those fish are hitting. I mean, if you go out 30 minutes before dark and 30 minutes after dark, them saugeye are moving. Really get out there and look for the shad. If you see shad, great. If you don't see them, move on. Go somewhere else. So thank you very much, Mike.
Congratulations on your fish here, Steve. I just wanted to iterate something too. I see in a lot of the fishing forums here at the lake, a lot of people say, hey, I'm coming down tomorrow, I'm bringing my kid or I'm bringing my buddy. Great. And they're asking, where are they biting at? Well, that's a trick question, because there is no magic fishing hole when it comes to saugeye. What you have to do, and I know a lot of people get offended by that question, and I can kind of understand why in one way, because you have to understand the patterns that the saugeye have in all the different seasons. There's a lot of things that fall into those factors too. Wind, weather, pressure.
Barometric pressure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, there's just so many things. And Steve mentioned bait fish. A lot of them guys, they've done their research and they spend a whole day or a whole night up here in the cold chasing those saugeye. They more than likely they didn't just stop somewhere and sit down and catch fish. They chased them around the lake. They went to multiple spots depending on where the wind was and looking for those bait fish on top. So I mean, they actually put in the work to find these saugeye, and some days it's just not easy. So
Right.
and that's not being rude. I'm not trying to come across in a wrong way saying that. I'm saying I can kind of understand why a lot of these guys get offended by that, because it does take a lot of work some days to locate these fish.
Sure does. Mike and I went out the other day. We spent the first 45 minutes just looking for those shad. And when we found them shad, man, we were in the water, got our blade baits in, did a couple jerk baits and stuff like that, and those fish were hitting. And within an hour, Mike and I both had our limit. And it was a great day. Got home early.
The bite was over.
Bite was over.
But
Absolutely.
somebody, I'm sure a bunch of them guys stuck around, and somebody rang that dinner bell. The bite was back on that night.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And some of those days, they were biting on them blade baits, and it bite onto a joshy or a stick bait or jerk bait till later on that night. And with them, you had to figure them out, kind of figure out exactly what they were looking for. A slow retrieve, something with some jerks in it, or bouncing it off the bottom. You know, it does take some effort. It's a whole different ball game. So
Absolutely. Hey, I want to thank Mike for having me on the program today. I'm ready to go fishing. It is about 12:17. I think we're going to go out just for a little bit, and you know, if the saugeye aren't biting, maybe we'll do some crappie fishing today. So,
guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving.
Fish on.
Fish on.